Hi, I'm Bob Scrivano, CEO and founder of Assets and Aging. For over 30 years, assisting seniors and the families of seniors finding solutions to the issues of aging. Remember, I'm not an attorney. I don't practice law. I don't give legal advice. Everything we talk about here is our opinion only and is based on current rules and regulations. If you want legal advice, you should consult an elder law attorney, and I happen to be here with an elder law attorney. Gary?
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for having me. I'm Gary Lieberman. I'm an elder law attorney. I've been in the private practice of law for 33 years, emphasizing estate planning, asset protection planning for seniors and families.
I want to talk a little bit about something we've talked about in some of these other videos. We've talked about trusts, home protector trust, powers of attorney, all of those kinds of things. I want to talk about a new and exciting way of creating a record of the signings of those documents. Something that's fresh and new and you probably haven't heard of, but I'm going to tell you you'll want to. I want to tell you a couple stories. Story number one, and these are all true stories, by the way. Mom and dad have 3 kids. They love their 3 kids. 2 of the kids are pretty nice kids. The 3rd kid is a not so nice kid. And the 3rd kid is married to a daughter-in-law who nobody likes. And the mom and dad have always treated their kids equally. And they have left everything to the 3 kids. And the children, especially the daughter-in-law, have made it plain and clear that when mom and dad die, they're going to get an extra share. That they feel like they have more coming to them because they helped take care of dad and mom, they helped them move once, whatever the reason is. I'm going to tell you another story. It's a second marriage. Mom has kids from her first marriage. Dad has kids from his first marriage. They have no kids together. Dad has some assets. Mom has some assets. And they have some assets together. Dad has 2 kids. Mom has 4 kids. In their document, they've set it up that everything's divided equally. Mom's kids get her half. Remember, mom has 4 kids. And dad's kids get his half. Dad only has 2 kids. Do the math. I want to tell you about another story that involves ashes. All of these stories are true, by the way. Mom lived with her daughter. Daughter took care of her. Daughter was wonderful to her. Mom also had 2 children in another town. When mom died, she wanted her ashes scattered over the lake where she had lived for years with her daughter. When the other children found out about it, they demanded that the ashes be divided up and 1/3 sent to each one of the children. Last I heard, that case is still in litigation. Gary, you're familiar with all these cases.
Most definitely.
They're all true.
Yes.
What could help, in fact, what would help to solidify what mom and dad's desires were when after mom and dad are gone, it's hard to determine just from the documents what they wanted. There's something new and exciting and positive on the scene that really would have helped in all these circumstances. What is it and how does it work?
Absolutely. It's a videotape record of the signing of the documents. And it is a permanent record. Not only do we have the signing of the documents, we have witnesses to the signing of the documents, but we have a video wherein we ask the person signing the documents various questions which establish their competency, which establish their intent, which establish the fact they're not acting under undue influence or mistake, and it is a permanent record. We retain a copy of the videotape.
We being you, the attorney, right?
Right. Okay. And we give a copy to the client. If subsequently there is some sort of a court battle or some contest or some litigation, not only do we have the documents that have been signed, but we have a videotape record of the signing and clear intent of the parties, so that there's very little question that there was a mistake or that they didn't understand what they were doing.
So if mom had said in a videotape, look, when I'm gone, I want my ashes spread here, that would have given a lot more credence to what she wanted, right?
Yes, it would have.
Because a judge sometimes, I'm not an attorney, but a judge sometimes sitting up there is listening to stories. And the one person who can't tell the story is the dead person. It's very hard. And so all of a sudden you have the story being told by mom or dad or whoever it is while they were alive, that a judge can look at it and say, but wait a minute, that's what they wanted, that's what I ought to do. Now, how common are videotaped court proceedings and videotaped things? Talk about some of them.
Well, they're very common. In litigation cases, we oftentimes videotape the deposition, which is the testimony of the client. It's very compelling evidence in a court of law, and if it's done properly and with proper foundation and so on, it's fully admissible in a court of law.
So videotaping the signing of documents. Now, what if somebody already has a document and they didn't do it when they did the document? Is there something they can do? So they weren't there to sign it at the beginning. Is there something they can do to reaffirm that?
Right. We do a recertification of a trust. We do amendments or addendums to durable powers of attorney. These documents can be videotaped. The execution of these documents can be videotaped the same as the original signing.
And this can be done with trusts.
Yes.
It can be done with wills.
Yes.
It can be done with powers of attorney.
Yes.
It can be done with all of those things so that there's no confusion as to what mom or dad wanted or desired or what their wishes were.
That's true.
Now, understand that when this is done, this isn't like done on the back patio with the brownie, is it?
Right. No.
I mean, this is done in a professional way, with questions asked, written out by the attorney,
right,
with a proper foundation given, and then after all of that's done, then the attorney keeps a copy.
Right. Absolutely.
And the notary certifies that all of that happened.
Right. So not only do you have witness to the document, you have the notary, you have the videotape, you have the testimony of the attorney who drafted the document.
And it's all done digitally and put on disc so that it's a permanent record.
It's very professional. Yes.
And this is something that you've done that works and that can be done and can be done by anybody listening out there.
Yes, definitely.
If this is an issue, folks, you think is important, if you think there's something in your family that might lead somebody in your family to create a problem, and you want to make sure that that problem is neutralized, and you want to be able to say on video what your heartfelt desires were, then investigate this. At the bottom of your screen is a phone number. Give me a call. We'll make sure you get the information you need. The consultation is free, and it's a wonderful, wonderful way of making sure what you wanted or your spouse wanted really is what happens. It'll be the last word you'll have, and it's very, very, very powerful. Give me a call today. Take a look at the other videos available on this website, and thank you so much.